Welcome to HRTV's Victory Lap with coverage of the All-Tech FEI World Equestrian Games from the horse capital of the world in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Jill Byrne.
And I'm Gil Merrick at the Prevent Feeders International Equestrian Festival presented by HRTV.
Well, Gil, this is it.
Day
the
16.
Final day, day 16. We have really enjoyed all the coverage out at the games here on the floor at the festival. And U.S. really came away pretty well out of the games, I think.
I'm going to think of all the venues now that they have at the horse park. The All-Tech Indoor Arena is going to represent success. Not only did the reigning team win team gold and an individual silver, today the U.S. vaulting team won a gold medal. The first time the U.S. vaulters have won a team medal, and here it is, a gold.
The Good Luck Arena, the All-Tech Indoor Arena for the U.S. team. Well, the U.S. team now will have to look forward to 2014. The next World Equestrian Games are going to be taking place in Normandy, France. So they'll be crossing the pond again, taking their show on the roads. And we got a chance to go by, sort of visit at the Normandy Pavilion. They were on site representing to sort of give people a look to what's going to happen 4 years from now.
That's right. And this evening at the closing ceremonies, they'll formally pass the baton over to Normandy, France, and get ready for the next 4 years from now in the next World Equestrian Games.
What are your thoughts on the games going over there? You've been at some of the other games before in Europe.
Well, you know, we've mentioned many times on this show, for the first time they've been outside of Europe. So they're going back home, they're going to Europe, and they should feel very comfortable there, but they haven't been in Normandy, France. So it's their first opportunity to show the world what they have on offer.
Well, so time to pass the baton along, as Gil said, and we had a chance to catch up with Billy Fry, who's the Director of Public Relations for All-Tech on a global stage, and here's what he had to say about these games and maybe looking ahead. What an amazing event this has been now that we're coming to the close.
Jill, we couldn't be more excited. I think everybody in the Lexington area was wondering how this event was going to come off, and after the 16 days, and we're on day 15 right now, I think the word that I would use, the two words, is unparalleled success. We're getting ready to approach the 500,000 people in attendance figures. The vendors are making double their money. I was speaking to the official merchandiser, and he says, I ran out of clothes on Saturday, but we had a contingency plan, and so this was Saturday halfway through the game. So everybody's having a great time. I think the athletes have all commented on how good the facilities are. People are coming to learn a lot about horses in the Kentucky Horse Park. And really, I just don't think it could have gone better.
And as far as this is the first time that there's been a title sponsor for the World Equestrian Games, and you all in on the ground floor with that, how does that make you feel?
It's humbling. It's a great event. We've seen it from afar. We didn't really know a whole lot about horses. Dr. Lyons will tell you he's only been on a horse twice, and he thinks one of them might have been a donkey. So it's not like we're a horse-based company, but we are a company that recognizes the value of a good sporting event and building a strong brand. And that's what the All-Tech Games have allowed us to do, is build a stronger brand, a brand that's very global, a brand that allows us to launch into new ventures, which we plan on doing immediately after the games.
And that you all do have such a global presence, and now the World Equestrian Games, the next time they'll be over in Normandy, France. Any thoughts on any kind of involvement with that?
Yes, we're very excited about being involved in the games there. The discussions are on the table, and we plan to be heavily involved in those games. And that's really a testament to what we've been able to do here in Kentucky. If Kentucky wasn't a success, then I don't think we would be a part of it. But Kentucky has been, as I said, an overwhelming success, and so we said there's no way we're going to just do this once. This is so much fun. Let's do it again.
And it was really good to see. This was the first time ever that the games have had a title sponsor with All-Tech, and it sounds as though they're in for the long haul.
That's great. It just ensures the continued success of this world-class event.
And speaking of world-class events, right here at the International Equestrian Festival, our own Doug High is on the floor, the final day.
Well, thank you, guys. One last roundup here on the show floor at the International Equestrian Festival with our title sponsor, Prevent Feeders. Burke, really appreciate everything you guys have done for the show, for HRTV's Victory Lap, and for the International Equestrian Festival.
It's been a great show, great ride. Y'all have been fantastic. Everybody that we've been involved with here has done an absolute wonderful job. We couldn't be happier.
Wow, well, that's good to hear. And what a great product you guys have. We've talked with Joe a little earlier in the week about the design, clean, simple, but yet a fantastic idea that no one's really done yet or brought to market. You guys are doing it, and now I understand you're doing it global, taking it all over the world.
We are. Chris Scher's design that started 13 years ago with the research and development part of this, after she witnessed one of her horses choke, decided, there's got to be a better way. After the course of 13 years, we figured out that Mother Nature has the best design. with the horse using their tongue and lips to grasp and chew. So it drastically reduces a lot of problems that can happen with horses and drastically slows down that consumption rate, which we all know is critical. But the global reach at this show and at the WEG has been fantastic. We're looking forward to branching out all over the world. They can see and check out our product with the videos and the different people that represent it at preventfeeders.com. But we're looking forward to branching out and really promoting the health of the horse to the whole entire world.
Well, it's a great mission, it's a great product, and if you weren't able to make it out to the International Equestrian Festival or the World Equestrian Games, check them out on your website, and coming soon to a trade show near you. It sounds like you guys are on the road and everywhere. HRTV's Victory Lap is brought to you by Prevent Feeders.
Welcome back to HRTV's Victory Lap. And Gil, we've spent a lot of time out at the World Equestrian Games and talking about all the equine events out there, but it's certainly a lot more than just about the horses.
That's right. And anybody in the equestrian community by now would certainly know the name Alltech, but they may not know the global role that they play in food production and the science behind nutrition. And I know, Jill, you had a chance today to catch up with the spokesperson for the Alltech experience at the Kentucky Horse Park.
Well, I'm joined by Kate Jakes here at Alltech Experience. And Kate, it has been quite an experience out here at the World Equestrian Games and Alltech sponsorship of this. Just sort of take me through what the 2 weeks have been here.
Well, we have had quite an experience with it too. It's been fantastic fun though. So many people have come through here. For Alltech, it's been a great opportunity to get out and show people what it is we do, and to show people some new and interesting and exciting things that are going on in agriculture and food production. So much of what we see is always a negative. You only see something when something goes wrong. So people have been very interested in finding out about these new kinds of things, interested in finding out about who eats what where around the world, and about conserving resources. So we've had a thoroughly enjoyable time.
And your specialty is nutrition, and so that's been a very popular thing here?
Absolutely, yes. Animal nutrition, human nutrition, it has been people like food. People like food, it's always a topic of interest.
And as far as I noticed, a lot of young people coming through here, and you have the kind of future farmers booth set up in there. It really has been nice to see the youth come out to this event.
It really has, and from all around Kentucky. We have seen from 5 and 6 year olds through the high school kids all through the weeks, and the teachers, and there's a lot of interest. There truly is. We're going to be sending materials back for classroom kinds of things and going to talk to them after this, so it's a wonderful opportunity to reach out.
And some of the experience going on here at Alltech would have been some of the most popular kind of demonstrations or things for people to look at.
Well, one of the most interesting things has been the Farm of the Future model. It's a biorefinery type of model where it's, instead of waste not, want not, its emphasis is waste not. One thing going to another resource being used for a resource in the next phase of the program. So it's from an ethanol refinery, algae production, to dairy farming. So that's been very entertaining. The kids have really liked that. Well, the adults have too. Population clock, the world population clock, where you can tell what the population is today and what it was when you were born, and what we think it will be in 2050. So that's a good way to emphasize the need to find new ways to produce food. So.
Well, and that is what's interesting, is how, one thing is tied into another here, and also how Alltech is tied into the games themselves and all the disciplines going on just across the pond here.
Yes, it has been. We have everything within our unit is tied together, whether it's farming and population, since who's eating what around the world has a lot to do with the population having grown quite a bit in the last 30 years. So it's interesting, certainly changed what we do. And reaching out with the equine games has just been fascinating. It's such an interesting group of people all the way around.
What about your experience here in the last 2 weeks?
I've just had fun. I really have. Yes, it is a lot of work, but we've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, we've had a lot of fun out here as well at the Alltech FEI World Equestrian Games. It's been 2 weeks coming to a close now, but the fun is certainly not over, and everybody is going to remember the experience that they had out here.
Well, it's been 16 days of enjoying Alltech's hospitality out there at the horse park. They've done an incredible job.
Yeah, we really did have some fun out there. I know we had a chance to stop by some of the booths over the weekend and really enjoy the experience. That population clock, that world population clock, that was amazing. Well, somebody who has been experienced a marathon out at the World Equestrian Games, has joined us now, and that is Nikki Heichelbeck with the Lexington Convention Visitors Bureau. You have been out there longer probably than anybody.
I have. It's been a long couple of weeks, but also a very fun couple of weeks. So today, you know, really sad because it's all coming to an end, and it's been such a great time.
And what was your role exactly for the Lexington Convention Visitors Bureau out there? I know you were directly involved with all the media, and there were a lot of media there.
Correct, yes. We have seen media from all over the world coming in to cover the games, and it's been a spectacular experience for me personally. I handle media relations for the Visitors Bureau day in and day out, every year. So this has been quite different than what we typically see here in Lexington in terms of numbers of folks coming in for media. But, you know, everyone's had a wonderful time, a great experience. The competition has been wonderful. The journalists, I think, are very happy. And the best thing is that they've been out and they've seen some of the things in the community, too, not just at the horse park.
Yeah. And now that it is kind of sad that we're wrapping up this great event, but it also opens up the door for the future for Lexington. And what do you think will be some of the follow-on effects and some of the positive things residents in Lexington are going to see now that this is over?
Sure. I think there's a lot of positive things yet to come. And that's something that we at the Visitors Bureau have been focused on over the past 4 years as we've been planning is that legacy piece. And so the facilities at the horse park are absolutely world class, and there are loads of people out there now who can attest to that. And the new indoor facility, just a point of example, they have already scheduled many events to take place there throughout times of year in Kentucky when traditionally we haven't been able to host events due to that climate-controlled indoor arena. So that's a wonderful thing. The legacy trail that's coming out of downtown into the horse park has been very well received. I've seen a lot of folks on their bikes and walking and strollers, and that's a great thing too. And as we continue to round that out and bring that right into downtown, I think that'll be a wonderful lasting piece to the games too. And then downtown, sadly, I've been out of the park so much that I haven't really taken in much of what's happened with Spotlight Lexington, but from all of my friends who've been out enjoying it, they've all said it's just been wonderful. They're running into people who are Lexingtonians that are rediscovering downtown, which is a wonderful thing and very positive for our community.
Well, congratulations, great job, and thanks for spending some time coming by and seeing us here as well on the set. And HRTV's Victory Lap. We'll be right back after this.
Nothing says I love you like effective flea control. Show your dog you really care with Advantage.
Welcome back to HRTV's Victory Lap. Thanks for joining us.
You know, we're starting to wind down, obviously, here at the International Equestrian Festival, and there's been a lot of popularity, all the booths, a lot of clothing booths, jewelry, you name it, pretty much anything you'd want to find has been down here. But one of the most popular booths has been a European clothing store that has kind of entertained everybody with music as well.
They sure have. There are over 200 exhibitors here at the International Equestrian Festival, and they've certainly been one of the most popular and have one of the largest exhibits here. It fairly represents the fact that they're in 30 countries all over the world. Yeah,
they're in 30 countries, but their first time outside of Europe here to the United States, so they made their debut here at the International Equestrian Festival. Let's go take a look at the Horse booth.
Our mission is to be one of the biggest horse apparel and equipment companies in the whole world. So we're working on every continent, and we're now in America beginning. This is our third show of the year.
So we own the factories ourselves. We own the designers. 45% of what we are doing is seasonal. So we've tried to follow the last fashion, like when it comes to clothing and whatever we do in colors and everything we do. So we can give a very good price and to a very good quality, and we can control everything from beginning to end. The second thing is that we are following the fashion. So it's like we have the slogan, "Horse is a lifestyle."
He's going to kick off our fashion show. Are you guys ready for him?
Okay, Calvin and Sean, come on up, guys.
I have 6 children myself. I have 5 boys first, and we finally got our little girl. and 3 of them are part of it.
Well, when my husband and we decided to come into North America with our company, we wanted to involve the whole family because it involved a lot of traveling and going places, visiting different shows and different trade centers and states all around. So we thought we'll do this as a family together. We involve all our kids in the whole process so they understand what the whole business is about. And I find that it's a really good educational learning experience for them. Now we have a lot of tack and equipment, whether it be brushes, grooming supplies. But the part I like best is the clothing line. The new line coming out in the spring is my favorite. It hasn't come out yet, but we're modeling it every day. I'm wearing a shirt from the line. It's called Be Vertigo. When they see it on the people, they see it and they want to buy it because they like the way it looks.
Horse blankets are flying off the shelves. People love them. We also have sold a lot of the fluffy vests. People love those. Lots of kid products sold. Men's jumpers, we carry a great men's range too.
They use them in eventing and some jumping, but it's the bling look. Diamonds are just a horse's best friend too.
We have a great new woolen vest, woolen pullover sweater, which has a silk lining designed as a windbreaker. The prices are really good for the end consumer. So you can come in and buy more than one jacket, or you can buy a whole outfit for the price maybe of some people's one jacket.
Well, it certainly is a lifestyle, and it is. It's a young, hip kind of the clothing. It's affordable for people, and I think they're going to really make a big hit over here in the United States.
Yeah, they really are, and we've mentioned throughout the show that there's a whole lifestyle that goes around the equestrian world. It's not just the sport, and they're going to make a big splash globally with what they have to offer.
Apparel is certainly one of the part of that lifestyle. Well, we've been very fortunate throughout our entire time here to have a lot of great guests that have come down and shared their time with us for interviews, and we'd like to revisit one of those in light of the fact that the U.S. reining team took the first gold medal at the World Equestrian Games to kind of kick things off. And Dan Wall, who's the executive director of the National Reining Horse Association, was kind enough to spend some time with us. Let's revisit that interview.
And now we're joined in the studio by Dan Wall, the executive director of the National Reining Horse Association. Dan, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're coming off an incredibly successful World Games. For the third time, our team has won the gold medal. We've also won an individual gold and an individual silver. Can you tell us something about the horses and riders that are competing here and the role that the NRHA plays?
Well, in short, the competition has been absolutely phenomenal. We're so happy that the quality of the competition has improved from the very first games we did in Jerez, Spain in 2002 to 2006 in Aachen. The quality of the competition has improved so much. And I can tell you, they had the U.S. team sweating a little bit. Now, they kind of ran away with it in the end, but the international riders brought some very talented horses and some very talented riders, and they made it a competition down to the very end.
I think that's what a lot of people, they see the cowboy hats, cowboy, it's all American. This has always been considered an American sport, but as you mentioned, international interest in this is just huge now.
It has been. In fact, reining was born, bred, and raised right here in the States and kind of grew across from the eastern part of the country to west and then exploded internationally. And over the past several years, in fact, the world champion NRHA rider on the open and non-pro scene has been an international competitor. So the international competitors are catching up very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's interesting to see because we hear about the Europeans, and we're usually in the context of show jumping and dressage and the more traditional English disciplines, but I understand that they are buying our horses and bringing over our best trainers, and that they are out to top us in the competition ring.
Well, if you saw from the competition in the team and in the individual freestyle last night, Anke van Groensman is just fallen in love with reining, and she's a huge advocate for the sport internationally. And of course, with her popularity in the dressage world in Europe, she's been just a tremendous voice for us. But the big thing for us is to continue to grow the sport all around the world. We know here in North America, Brazil, Mexico, Western Europe, and down into Australia now, we've had extremely successful growth. but we're looking at not only to grow the sport, continue to grow the sport internationally, but we're also looking to focus on the national level. How can we bring new people into the sport of reining? We know the lifestyle is what attracts people, both nationally and internationally. They love the hat. They love the boots.
Cowboy's always been the romantic side.
The American
of
cowboy,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, everybody likes to associate with that. But when you come to a reining event, that may be what draws you, but it is the camaraderie. It's the type of people you get to associate, the fun atmosphere. And so we're looking at now, how can we take that atmosphere and make it more accessible to new people in the horse industry?
Well, congratulations on all the success of Team USA here at the World Equestrian Games, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan.
HRTV's Victory Lap. We'll be right back after this.
Nothing says I love you like effective flea control. Show your dog you really care with Advantage.
Welcome back to HRTV's Victory Lap. Well, as we are winding down here towards the end of the show, we were finally able to drag Doug off of the show floor. So, Doug, glad to have you finally.
Yeah, that's right.
You've stepped up.
Good to be here, guys. Just wanted to say what an amazing 2+ weeks we've had here at the International Equestrian Festival. Over 200 booths, 100,000 square feet of exhibition space, and I think we've just about covered it all.
I think you did, definitely.
Well, we wanted to say thanks to Horse Capital Productions, who are the producers of this program, and they've got so much more on tap through the equine community, and you want to visit horsecapitalproductions.com to learn a little bit more about Ann and Kimberly's plans for the future and stay close to. They also offer horsecapitaltours.com, so if you've enjoyed your time here in Lexington, you definitely want to check that out and see some of the beautiful horse farms in the area. But we've had a blast here, and appreciate being on the show.
No, we have. We've had a great time. It's been a really good event. It's amazing that it's all coming to a close now. But I know, Gil, there is still plenty of horse events to look forward to, and you sort of have an inside track on this.
Right. Well, for the U.S. teams, you know, everybody's already gearing up. In 2011, the Pan American Games are going to be held in Guadalajara, Mexico. There'll be a whole series in 2011 that people are getting ready for now for the driving athletes, for show jumping, and for dressage. That's an FEI World Cup series, and everybody already has their attention on the 2012 Olympic Games that'll be held in London, England. So a lot of excitement coming out of the games and a lot of successes to build upon, and it seems that there's no end to the challenges facing our teams, and enjoy watching them get ready and win more medals for the U.S. in the future. And of course, the 2014 World Equestrian Games, which will be held in Normandy, France. Well, we've certainly had a great time, and all of you who have enjoyed watching HRTV's Victory Lap, if you've missed a show or just want to catch up and revisit, please go to hrtvlive.com, where you can check all of the HRTV Victory Lap shows representing the World Equestrian Games and the International Equestrian Festival here. Well, for HRTV's Victory Lap, for the final show, we thank you so much for watching. I'm Jill Byrne, and to all of our crew as well, and of course Doug High, our reporter on the floor. And I'm Gil Merrick. Thanks for watching.